Hello everybody, welcome to another watch review on Brownlicious. Before we start with the watch review, I would like to do a wrist check. So on my left wrist you'll find the Rolex GMT Master 2 in white gold with the Pepsi bezel, my holy grail watch. Today the review is on the other side of the price range, so I will present you a made in China product. You see, made in China, and in this small little box you find a TEVISE or TEVISE watch. When we open the box, we see something that looks like a Submariner homage. Here we go. Let's have a quick look into the box. So there's nothing inside. There are just 3 additional links of my bracelet that I removed to fit it to my wrist. And there have been these 2 badges on the wrist. That's it. Very cheap pillow, and here we go. So I've never heard of this brand before. I just saw some feedback in the internet and people actually have been quite happy with this watch, so I decided to get one because the pricing was very attractive. So pricing is just 14 euros, which is pretty awesome. So that's the cheapest mechanical watch, automatic, with an automatic movement, that I own in my collection. So it's a stainless steel watch. I mentioned already that the design is inspired by the Rolex Submariner. You have a Cyclops loop at the 3 o'clock position. You have the Mercedes hands, crown guard here. The crown, by the way, is signed with this TEVISE shield and the T. Let's have a look here on the movement. The watch is water resistant, but to be honest, if you touch the ground, it's not a screw down crown, so it's a quite simple mechanism. I would not trust that this watch can stand more than some splash by washing your hands. I think that's the maximum the watch can deal with. The description on the dial is quite funny. So it says TEVISE automatic. So far so good. But below it says 100 feet or 30 meters, which is actually nothing for a dive watch. And even more funny is the line below, which says Perlative Ceronometer. Whatever this is, I've never heard this expression before. Officially certified, maybe by a Chinese authority, definitely not in Switzerland. So we have a black bezel insert, which is quite glossy and shiny, and the bezel action is not that bad at all. So if we move the bezel, you can hear the click. There's a little play, but not too much, so it's, I would say, acceptable for this kind of watch and for this price range. Here we go, it's aligned again. So stainless steel body, glass case back. We have a solid link here, so this is not folded. The clasp is very cheap with one pusher on one side. You see the TEVISE logo laser etched. The center links are polished, the other ones are brushed a little bit. Size is actually a little bit bigger than what you know from Rolex. It's also thicker. Also the loop cannot be compared with that what you know from Rolex. You see on the left side the magnification is pretty good. on the Rolex. On the TVs, there is a magnification, but it's a minor one, so nothing special. Nevertheless, by having this watch now for 2 days, I'm quite happy by having it, and I call it a disposable watch. If you keep in mind, this is just 14 euros, and the Rolex, this white gold version, is 35k euros. You could have 2,500 pieces of this TEVISE watches. So it means that you can have a new TEVISE watch every day for 6.8 years, which is pretty interesting. I hope it will last longer than just one day, but it was just a fun calculation that I did. So for whom this watch is good? Difficult to answer. So for those who are interested to play with new watches, who would like to see what's available in the market and what you can get for 14 euros. If you are searching for a watch that can be a daily rocker, I would definitely recommend to spend a little bit more. Highly probable, I would recommend to go for a Seiko or an Orient watch, which are more reliable, which are water protected, more precise. So if you spend at least 70 euros, you get a Seiko 5, which will last more or less forever. Yeah. And honestly, I don't like this kind of homage watches. So that's what, yeah. I like the idea if you can leverage on history, on your own design, and that's definitely not the case with this Chinese watch. They are relating to the Submariner style, the Rolex design, and yeah, which is somehow poor. Nevertheless, a cool watch, is running fine. By the way, so the movement, the power reserve is pretty weak. So it will manage one night, but if you put the watch beside and it lays on the desk for 12 hours, highly probable you have to shake it again to make it running. That's on the downside. Before we close this video, I would like to give you a loom shot. So stay tuned. In 2 seconds you will see a loom shot of the fantastic TEVISE automatic Chinese watch. Here we go with the promised loom shot. As you can see, it's pretty weak, but it's sufficient to read the time during the night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my next review on Brown Licious. See you, bye bye. Some outtake wrist chart. It's a pretty thick watch. But it's not that bad. Something I got for I forgot to mention during my introduction is that the date will start to change from 10 p.m. So it takes almost 2 hours until the date will change to the next day. This is just a side information. So now finally, have a nice day. See you. Bye bye.